Hello and welcome to my second video. I wanted to make a little update. It's been a couple months since I posted my first one and I've made a few new changes to the backyard. So here's a couple little planted succulents, and I have a tropical plant. I don't know the exact name of it. I know it's like kawaii something, but I actually really like this plant. I have a few of them around the backyard, but this is my first one that I got. I planted, I think, two in this one. And then over here on the other side of my gazebo, I have some aloe vera planters, and the skeleton euphorbia you see there is my favorite one. And then I have an aloe ferox that's a little tiny thing, and a couple of other things there. I have a climbing aloe and that fish talavera in the back. And then sticks on fire, portulacaria minima, and another little succulent there. And then over here I have all my palm trees. So I have the king palm here. I had one in the front yard and it didn't do good, and so I thought if I put another one back here and I was able to pay attention to it, then I could have more success with that one. So, yeah, I love the palm trees back here. My dream is to just fill this whole backyard with them. I have a pygmy, and this has been the easiest palm tree for me to care for, the California fan palm. It's been just a rock star since I planted it. And one of my dogs must making an appearance. And let's see. There is a very sad looking queen palm, and I can't really figure out what's wrong with that one. So I put one over here next to another pygmy, and just in case. Just in case the other one doesn't survive. If it does survive, great. If not, then I'll put something else there. But for the meantime, that's my setup. And I have a European fan palm there next to it. It's very, very small still. It's probably going to take about 30 years to grow into a substantial size. And I have an orange tree there, more pygmies, and a mule palm over there on the right, and a windmill palm actually right next to the fence there. That's very small. And just showing the clouds from the storm that's slowly rolling over from California into Arizona. It's been raining quite a bit this winter. I think it's probably the most rain I've seen since living here in Arizona, since 2020. And let's see, what am I doing here? I'm doing this recording separately from this video for obvious reasons, but showing some succulents and cacti there. And then on the right there, I kind of went by it real quick, is a canna lily. I love canna lilies. They do really well in the backyard, and I have a few different ones. I have some potted cactus there, and little cactus with some little pink sedums. I think they're sedums. They've colored up a lot over the winter. The cold weather really just made them pop out a lot. There's another canna lily, Tropicana I think it is. Cactus, aloes. You'll see those everywhere in my backyard. And just panning over here, there's my other dog, I think, going around the palm tree. And to the other side of my house, that's the lemon tree that we have here. And it was originally a little bush when I first moved into this house, and it's grown to this size. It was actually a lot bigger, but I trimmed it back recently, so I'm sure it'll grow back with a vengeance like it always does. It likes to get cut back for some reason. It just grows back 3 times bigger. And slowly walking over here, I have some potted succulents in the corner there, and then I have this little strip of succulents, some echeverias, macrocarpus, aloes, euphorbia trigona, sedums, and I have a aloeplicatillus there. I used to have another one on the other side of the backyard, but it didn't do good, so it's doing better over here, I think, because it has more shade throughout the year. And I don't really water this side of the house hardly at all because it is more protected and shaded, especially during the summertime. And I have a whole corner back there that I still am trying to figure out how I want to plant it, but I want to continue making a bigger tapestry. And I have portulacarias strewn here and there and everywhere in the backyard, and my euphorbias. Those 2 planters there came from one planter, and I put them in the ground and they all kept falling, so they're in 2 planters now. Just showing all the little different plants. I've lost quite a few plants since 2020. I've gone through a lot of trial and error, and this trigona suffered some rot, so luckily I still have some of that left. And Portulacaria mammoth, and I think that's an agave Kishokan. And I have this aloe here that died back quite a bit from all the rain and the lack of rain thereof. Last summer we had 0 rain. It was so hot. July was 115, I think, all summer, just about. And the Pilosoceras and Mangave there. Yeah. The weather's been pretty good. The plants have been pretty happy with it so far, so if anything dies, I'll see if I want to replace it. Hopefully I don't have to. Like some of this stuff, I'd like to see it grow more. And then, let's see, I have a desert rose right there that's looking so sad right now. It thrives off of a drought. This plant does not like a lot of water, and because it's in the shadiest part of the backyard, all the water we've been getting recently, all the leaves have been browning and yellowing, so I really hope this one bounces back. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know if I had to dig it out and replace it or not. More Portulacaria mammoths, and I think that's a shark tooth aloe. It's grown a little bit, not a whole lot, but I don't think it grows too big in its lifetime. And then I have this petalanthus here that it's not looking so good, so I might take it out of the planter. I don't know, it might do better over there in the corner. We'll see. Maybe I just have to freshen it up a little bit, fertilize it. There's some aloes there again. I like the Petalanthus macrocarpus. And then I have my lemon tree there. I'm about 5'3", and this tree is super tall. I can still walk underneath it. Provides a lot of shade during the summertime, which is nice. And walking over to the other side of the backyard, there's the little orange tree there. I was able to get a really nice orange out of that one this year. And there's a mule palm and pygmies and a Tacoma back there. That is a drought tolerant plant. I don't water that one hardly at all either. Great plant. And I have a little windmill palm over there in the corner. I transplanted it out of a planter and out of the ground and somewhere else in the ground, and it's doing okay. I was a little worried that I would put it into shock, but it's doing all right. And my dog barking back there. That's why I had to make a recording and just completely mute this video because he's barking most of the video. And then here I have another little strip of succulents, pencil cactus, agave blue glow, aloes, echeveria, yeah, a little cactus, a little pork and beans. If you're wondering or thinking this looks really random, it is. I just kind of put these in here. There wasn't really any strategic plan. I might end up digging it up and placing everything over in that back corner. But we'll see. I'll probably leave all the cactuses because I don't really like touching them. I've been stabbed so many times by these cactuses and I'm kind of over it, and I'd rather just leave them. There I have another canna lily there. That's the first one I got, I think. And I've had great success with it. So I just kept buying more, and I treat them all the same way, and they have all just done so well, even through these super hot summers. You can tell they get super stressed. They lose some of their color in the summertime and even in the wintertime, because it can get down to the like low 30s and high 20s even for like a week, which really isn't that bad. But yeah, we get kind of extreme weather out here in Arizona. In southern Arizona anyway. I know northern Arizona is a little bit cooler. And there I have a pencil cactus, and that was my first portulacaria that I planted, and it's grown quite a bit. Pretty slow grower, but I like it. I like the way it looks. I'm going to let it ride and see how I like it. But yeah, I have another cactus on the right there. I forgot the name of that one, but it makes these really big, beautiful white blooms. It's really cool. And then I have a Mexican fence post behind it that I also transplanted a few times, and it looks a little rough from it, but it survived. And yeah, I've gone through a long journey. It seems like since 2020 I've lost a lot of plants. This was not how my backyard started. Like, all this stuff was added when I moved here, and this is a lot of this stuff. Like, this is one of the very first plants I put in this backyard, and it survived despite everything else that didn't survive. So I have plants that have survived since I first started my plant journey. They didn't all die. It's been a lot of trial and error and learning pretty much what each one of these plants likes, and it depends on where you plant them and how much the elements affect it. So this has been working so far in this corner, and I have a little pygmy there with a couple of lantanas. I don't know the name, but they're like pink and orange. They grow like maybe like 2 feet wide. And I have this pygmy here that's pretty small, but it does good here. I noticed that my pygmies they like shade and they like water, but I've never really had issues. And here's a couple of planters that I made recently, actually. This brown one completely tipped over on me and spilled everywhere, and I had to repot everything. Yeah, and so that's the end result. You have some fiberglass just kind of randomly in there because it got mixed in with the dirt. And I have lantanas and another canna lily there. I think I might move that one because it doesn't really get enough sun and it's not growing. But it's winter, so everything's not really growing anyways. I have a little pencil cactus planter over on the left of that. And this lantana is all purple. I have a yellow one mixed in with there somewhere. Then over here, another canna lily. That's looking a little rough. And then I have another planter here that I just did also. Some inspiration from Laura Eubanks. If you know who that is, you should check out her channel. She's pretty awesome. Yeah, I just kind of mixed in some random little succulents in there. A lot of these came out of the same pots, and I just split them apart and just kind of separated them and placed them in random places. I have a purple queen there that's looking a little sad from all the rain. It doesn't really like a lot of water either. And then I think that's a lion's mane is what it was called. The hummingbirds love that plant. They come and they attack those little orange florets on it. And another planter I did with an aloe hedgehog and ogre ears and portulacaria and just little random things. We'll see how long it takes for everything to grow in the planters. Hopefully they can stay looking nice for a little bit before I have to rearrange them. And then over here under my other gazebo I have a bird of paradise and a lady palm. This bird of paradise has been through so much. And I have a bamboo palm that I just got. I got it at a Lowe's, I think. I've been wanting one of these for a few months now, and I didn't know they carried these at Lowe's, so I was excited to see those. There's Muskie making another cameo entrance. Just checking to see if I'm okay. And that's my view of the west side of the backyard. I come back here and I look this way every day just about and just watch how everything's growing, and it's a lot of fun, and I feel very relaxed and peaceful back here listening to the birds. But yeah, all this is really a work in progress. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon with my backyard. I'll make changes as time goes, obviously, but I am waiting for a lot of these palm trees to grow and then kind of go from there and see what else I want to do. So that's it for now. And I have some other planters here. Little planter I also did. Again, Laura Eubanks inspired. Because I didn't want to plant anything else in the ground right now with the way the weather's been, with the rain and the cold winter that we've been having. So I'm just kind of playing with planters and little succulents at the moment. And I put little random pieces I had left over in there. And I think this is called an athana. I don't remember the name of it. It's some variation of an athana. Well, there's Muskie again barking. Yep. Yeah, this is my backyard. I like how it looks. I like that it doesn't look square and perfect, and I like that it looks, I kind of want it to look natural. I want it to look kind of mature in a way. Everything right now looks small, but I don't know. I like the whole tropical kind of like island like vibe, and that's kind of what I've been going for here. I've been putting little tiki torch lights out because I have mosquitoes that attack me every single summer, and it's so painful. So I have lots of bug zappers back here. But yeah, and then I have a plumeria there too with no leaves. Yeah, so I'll probably post and show more updates on everything and the growth, and I'm just kind of moving stuff around randomly and going through the process and just having fun.